entire Children's Corner Suite by Debussy. 6 entire movements. I've learned all but like the second half of movement 4, The Snow is Dancing. Gotten the first 2 out of 6. Out of 6 pages, definitely not ready to perform it yet, but I will in the spring. It's a difficult one. Let's just say that it was all movement 6, the big fun finale, Gollywog's Cakewalk. My dream piece from 4th grade on. I don't remember where I heard it, learned about it, any of that when I was 10 years old in the 4th grade, but I somehow did, and it was my dream piece. I really wanted to play it from there on. One of my favorite pieces of music to listen to. So I play this piece, and I'm just so relieved that I finally get to accomplish that dream playing. It brings back all kinds of positive memories from 4th grade in particular, and brings back some nostalgia from 4th grade in particular. Not that there was that much, but there was some, and it just makes me feel good, makes me feel alive and happy and cheery when playing that, and brings out the fact that I have an inner child in there, meaning I am definitely a child on the inside. Inner child talking, love for Disney, love for cartoons, love for like Christmas story time with grandma and mommy. Playing this really brings out that entire inner child and the whole entire book. The Children's Suite. It's supposed to be entertaining for children. Particular, and how just really wanting to play the Gollywog's Cakewalk really got me into deciding maybe I should play the whole suite, since it's a great suite. So here's some good sections. I just love the Serenade of the Doll because I love dolls so much. And now she's cuddling me. How sweet. Good stopping point. Playing that makes me really want to get out my dolls and play with them. And I think each of these songs means something about a children's story, starting with The Doctor. Movement 1, I keep forgetting that title, believe it or not. It's Dr. Gradas ad Parnassum. That's how it works, how a baby is first delivered by a doctor, and that is the first step of anybody's life. Going into the sweet lullaby. Number 2, Jimbo sings you a sweet lullaby. Then 3, the doll. You're given your first ever baby doll to snuggle with goodnight, and then you're in a dream about the snow dancing. You have your wild, active imagination about the snow dancing. And then the little snow shepherd for movement 5. They weren't quite right. Those notes, I'm very tired from a 5-minute. But that makes me think Snow Shepherd. And now the main one that mainly inspired me to play this program, Gollywog's Cakewalk, I speak entirely in color. Each color means something to me. Each pitch means a color, and whatever that color means to me. And this whole piece just means wild, bright colors, lots and lots of fun, wild adventure like Disneyland. Like a fun comedy kids or all ages show. Here's some entertainment of that for you. Oh, whatever, I'm so tired. But still, that means a wild kid adventure. Or just a wild adventure for anybody. The Polar Express, off on the most wild Christmas adventure on Christmas Eve. Or one specific memory from 4th grade when I really wanted to play that was going through a stage of being overly nostalgic of all my favorite preschool, toddler, and below kiddie-like TV shows. How I kind of associate this song with those shows and why they're so fun. So that's my association there. But again, it means so much to me that I get to arrangement programs. The main ones are inspired entirely by one specific song that I first heard about during a huge moment of my life. It's Who Knows by Natasha Bedingfield on the Pocket Full of Sunshine album. How I first heard that song while waiting in my dressing room during my big audition into the professional dance world here in Indiana, Pennsylvania, the first time I was ever here in July 2020. That was a pretty big moment. The fact that I got picked and that I got to do that during COVID was so huge. And actually learning that song in a movie I was watching in my dressing room, 27 Dresses, I, for some reason, always pick up on just that song when I watch that movie. All the time, the first times I ever watched it, when I was like 8, 7, I don't know. I picked up on that song first. I don't know why. But really picking up on it then during that huge moment really inspired me. And for some reason, that song inspired me to write so many other songs. Inspired by that one and others on the album it's on, Pocket Full of Sunshine, by Natasha Bedingfield, released in, I think, 2007, 8, I don't remember. It doesn't matter, though. So I actually wrote the first ever existing version of Who Knows. And then here's the chorus. And just playing that really gets my expression of that amazing moment and how much it means to me. And my association with that song, which I still don't understand why I really like it that much. How I can just express it right out on the keys, and it means a lot to me to express such things. That inspired Backyard, Soulmate as well. And that one I got inspiration from that particular album, many songs on it. Now here's Backyard, my personal favorite on my whole list, or one of my very favorites. I got the idea entirely from Who Knows when I was backstage for that audition, keeping the same key and tie signature in mind, but modulating into something a little different that reminds me of another one of hers on that album. Here it is. Then we go into the chorus, and it really comes to come into life here. Brings it out. How playing that really makes me express even more feelings. I mean, the overall wonderful memory of when I first heard that song. Who knows? It's like I can't even go back into my main dance theater that's been my home ever since without thinking about that moment. How I could just express it out on the piano. Expressing any of these songs I love so much. Graduation Project. I got my idea entirely from many different lullabies, soft lullaby waltz sounding songs from every favorite artist I had at the time, who were mostly Spanish artists. That's where I got the idea of Spanish waltz. The main one was A la Nanita Nana by the Cheetah Girls from their second movie. I still love all those movies, particularly the second and the music. And that poem, A la Nanita Nana, is a famous poem. I could probably sing the song. Here's a portion of it. It makes you think lullaby. And that's probably a good stopping place. I mean, lullabies, they're supposed to be sweet, soft, whimsical. Like, my style is soft and whimsical since I'm a ballerina. Supposed to make you think that, so it just makes me think Spanish. A la nanita, nanita ella. Mi niña tiene sueño. That means my girl is going to sleep. Go to sleep, it's going to be a good night and a good morning. Lullabies, it's to put really anybody to sleep. And now the next song, Jolene. Who doesn't know that song? Famous song. It all started during a little talent show, little performance in public I played in Oklahoma City, just as I was getting into my professional dance career. 2 months before I auditioned and got selected. Somebody else played this and I was quite impressed, so I Googled the song. I was spending that whole next day working at my own rearrangement. And it makes the perfect song for where I want to go, Nashville, Tennessee. The most famous song to be performed by good old Dolly Parton, who is like the main slogan there. Let's go with my arrangement. Again, I could probably sing that one. I know the lyrics. I have them here in my book that I used as my key to actually writing the song out, phrase by phrase, according to each sentence, phrase, and all that. So that's my association with that one, just going to Nashville, Tennessee, looking forward there rather than emotional memory, like the Spanish one. I don't know where I am. I was trying to jump out. Then the Chopin waltz. I was a little bit stressed out. I always use that piece to conquer stress, remembering that stressful moment. And then the stress I had learning it. It was at that performance I get asked to improv live on stage. So here's what I come up with. This pretty little intro that was just a line, and that line was so great, and now it's developing into a whole piece. And then it repeats upper level. And that's just a pretty whimsical, flowy line. It doesn't mean anything. It doesn't have much of a story to it. Because you know me, my style, it's all whimsical. So therefore, not just my style of dress, my style on the piano is whimsical too. I always think whimsical when it comes to improvisation, regardless of how I feel. And I just felt miraculous being there on that stage, playing in front of that big of a crowd. So that's a really good emotional memory. I also pulled out the best section of my first ever composition written by me when I was 15 years old. And this one, it was about a high school crush I had at the time. I think we have all had those. But now I kind of have a slightly different meaning to it because I, again, pulled out just this section of it while on the stage at Grand Ole Opry and have more memories of playing this during that miraculous moment than I do playing it at 15 when I first pulled it out. Although I was really emotionally feeling good about things at 15 more than any other time back then. This one is called Lolita. Here's the best part as it develops into a whole piece. And it gets quiet. Pretty ending. Just that last little bit I think makes a good enough song there. And this part I got the idea probably from a song I loved when I was 15. Music by Madonna. Hey Mr. DJ, put a record on, I want to dance with my baby. That's just what I was thinking. Hey Mr. DJ. That's what I was thinking. Then I thought, come to life. This chorus, I think it's very romantic sounding, but I don't think so much romance unless it is the fact that a lot of people like to go to Nashville, which is what I think of when I think of that song. For marriage, romance, the bigger crowds there are always bridal crowds. Now I have just one more. It's just some background music from a new arts, music, and dance inspired movie I just learned about. It's been around for a while, but I just learned about it. It's perfect for me. It was about lots of dancing in a high school, lots of great music with the best music being this background music that I was so impressed with that I just kept listening to it till I could work it out. And many people have said on YouTube they would like to see a tutorial of this song. I may do one. But it's the background music from Step Up, and I'm going to give it a title of its own that relates to me. Here it is. It just goes on 3-4 times. That is just so pretty. I'm so impressed with that. That I just pulled it all out, kind of improv'd it out using the rhythm. Then got the melody, and I could hear in the left hand, I improv'd out based off of the strings in the background of it. A little stopper with a full chord. Then it ends. I just kind of improv both hands out entirely by listening to the rhythm and then guessing the melody, guessing the pitches, and I got it. So that is my special story I have behind all my pieces. This last one, I am gonna, by the way, devote to me and me doing what I was born to do finally, whether it's dance or music or fashion. And I am so happy that I finally get to do it all. So that's what that song is devoted to. And I'm gonna call it Born for This. I know that sounds like a Paramore title, and I love Paramore. She inspires me too. I haven't played any of her songs though. I might play or make something inspired by her.